Good afternoon. Steve Thompson and Randy Mercer here at Thompson Family Motors this afternoon. Well, we just got back in a real gem of a truck that we sold back in 2015 to a good friend of ours. And I will tell you, he takes really good care of his stuff. And Randy just got done doing a, well, I call it Randyization. That's what it is. 2011 F150 four-wheel drive extended cab long bed. It's got some later model upgraded wheels on it. It does have the tow mirrors, and this does have the 7700 GVRW, isn't it, Randy? This is about the heaviest duty that I'm aware of. You always get through. Where's the sticker? Oh, it's just on the door. It's not down there. But this has the 7700 GVW and 145-inch wheelbase. Absolute beautiful truck. This thing's got what, 85,000 miles, something like that, Randy?
85.4, I think, something like that.
But our friend Brian, who had bought this from us, and the only reason I ended up with it is he bought a brand new F250 heavier duty truck because he bought a bigger camper. And I guarantee you this thing would have probably pulled anything he wanted to pull with. This has the 3.5 EcoBoost. Yeah, absolute spotless. And it does have rubber floor mats. It's got the carpet delete. And I think, if I'm right, while I'm doing this walk around, Randy, we've got just a little bit, because we point out the good, bad, and the ugly. And if you look right here on this bedside, it's got just a little bit starting to try to come through. A little bit of rust, because this is an 11, so it's still a steel body. But it looks super good. Looks absolute fabulous under the hood here. And these EcoBoosts, it's like anything else, every once in a while, with all vehicle manufacturers, you'll get one that just doesn't seem to be up to par. This one here just runs like anybody's business. Looks super, super good. The fact is, we still have a friend of ours that we sold a 12 to, which would have been the same series, if you will. And it's got, I think, 225,000 miles on it, and it's just still going strong. This truck is equipped with the hard tonneau cover, and as Randy says, you can stand on these things. And it is heavy. I hurt my shoulder last week, and yeah, flipped it up, and then it's got a it's got the tailgate step, bed liner. You got your 7-pin connectors and your mud flaps, but there's no dents in the bumper. What do we have? One other place here too, wasn't there, Randy? Right here on the edge of this tailgate, which actually that same place, I think back in 15 it had a little place there. As you look down the side of that truck, I mean, it's straight, it's nice. Well, what do you say we go for a ride, Randy? Let me get this door here quick. Miss Kitty will be back in just a second. Okay, you stay in here, it's getting cold out there. I love those wheels. Something else on there that, and Brian has maintained this thing meticulously. He's that way with all his vehicles. These tires are, I mean, very recent, and when he did put the tires and wheels on it, you can see through the wheels. He has just had the rotors and brake pads replaced. I think he said within the last 2,000 miles. Probably don't even have quite that many miles on it. Oh.
Might be a little slick in that.
Yeah. Yep, just a little bit. Nice and comfortable here. That's one thing about these. You have got all kinds of pockets.
Yep.
And you can put 3 across in here. You flip this up, this cup holder, which has a huge tray in here. And another thing, when I got this off Randy or Brian, when I got the truck from him, they had a color coordinated, well, I call them hand towels there at the house, and it was laying across here to keep from rubbing this area.
Yeah, he took good care of this.
It is super nice, isn't it?
Runs good. Took great care of it. Let's make somebody a nice truck. Got 85,775 on it.
Yeah, it is. Nice and smooth and quiet. And that's the thing about, that would be me doing a dummy. Okay. Here, I was going to holler at you, Randy, and say, put your seatbelt on.
Not me. Can't believe it's salt on the road still.
Yeah.
I thought all that rain we had to wash them off, but they must have redid them again.
And you know, for as big a knobby of tires, you can hear a little bit.
Yeah,
that's fact. You can hear a little bit, but it's nothing. I mean,
yeah, they're a little bit aggressive, but not bad.
We're about the same way. Any kind of noise or tire noise drives us both nuts. This is totally acceptable.
Yeah, this isn't bad.
Well, at least we got a pretty sunny day today.
Yep.
And the gauge package even has transmission temperature gauge. Let's see. You got your engine temperature, oil pressure, fuel, all kinds of things.
Lake's unthawed. Got some fishermen out there.
Yep. And the geesies. Well, this has been a nice day today. I mean, it could really be, what, 50 degrees warmer?
Yeah, it's 48 right now.
Oh, is it that much?
That's what that says.
Well, these things are usually right on the money.
But the air's, that's the thing. We got so much wind. That air's what's cool.
Now, you folks just never drove a 3.5 EcoBoost, and as you get later model in the aluminum bodies, they increased horsepower. But I don't know how, and because this thing...
And these things are surprisingly powerful the way they run.
And with always a way to keep them doing that. And I suspect that you're going to climb into it a little bit there. Holy smokes. Yep. There ain't
too bad for 3.5.
There ain't nothing like that just kind of shoving you back in the seat feeling, is there? I love that. I remember back years ago when I first got on the police department, we had one of these old cruisers. It was a spare. It was a 72 Plymouth Fury with a 440 Magnum in it. And I always loved the idea when my cruiser would go down, I would always go for the oldest spare, because that thing would just take off like that, squat, and just take off like a rocket.
Yep, them older cars were fun.
These trucks do really, really run good.
Oh, yeah.
that 12 that I mentioned that's got the miles on it, which would be the same engine as this, I hooked on a 24-foot car trailer and had pert near a whole household stuffed in that thing. And I borrowed a buddy of mine's truck to bring it across the state after my mother-in-law, because I didn't have any 3/4 tons on it. I wasn't sure what it really needed, how much weight it was going to have. But after we got back here, I still ended up taking the daggone thing clear to New Concord and back, and you knew it was back there, but the truck pulled it fine. Okay, let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, this thing's got the tow haul mode, which I want to tell people that is really super nice, because if you're in hilly country, especially whether you're hauling something or not, they all tow haul. But even if you're in windy roads and you're going downhill, if you initiate that, push in on that button, and you leave off the gas, tap the brake, the thing acts like, and I say this, it acts like a jake brake. It'll start blowing you instead of you riding your brakes and wearing your brakes out. And then it does have, of course, the some sun there. Yeah, trailer brake control, all factory. Everything's wired up. Really works good. You got your USB ports. My kids and granddaughter would be really thrilled that I remember what those are called. USB ports.
Yep, and an auxiliary.
Well, yeah, and an auxiliary. Oh, yeah. And then you got which everybody forgets about. I'm going to flip this up. Flip up, so you got this whole area here. Then under that, which I pulled out before, and then under that, as our buddy down in Florida, Bill, would say, there's a nice place to stuff things you just don't want people seeing, because
sure is.
Everybody forgets you can even do that. Bill has a love for toddlers and Canadians. Not sure what his love is there, but he mentions it all the time. Yeah. Absolutely love his presentations of his vehicles down there. I swear if that guy ever comes up here, Randy, he's got to come see us. If he ever comes to Ohio, we'll have him do one of our videos. Yeah. Well, anyway, this is a really hard to find. Everything is absolutely insanely priced these days. And we haven't even had a pickup truck except for that, 270-some thousand mile Toyota Tundra we've got out there. Yep. And we haven't been able to buy a truck. We'll buy anything reasonable that we can sell somebody reasonable. And I will say, Brian, I was really tickled that he offered this to us instead of trading it in up the big Columbus dealership, and they wanted the truck bad. And Brian said, Steve, you treated me really good when I bought it, and this will be a good piece for you to be able to pass on to a customer and make a couple bucks and go from there. And we really appreciate him for that. Yep. Anyway, Steve Thompson, Randy Mercer. Randy's at the helm. I'm always riding shotgun. And Amy will be able to have this thing posted there in the morning. Everyone have a wonderful day. ThompsonFamilyMotors.com, 740-685-0322. Everyone have a beautiful and safe day.